This is Yan Shen. After an accident, he suffered from amnesia, forgetting all his love for his mute wife, named Qi Nian. Because of saving him, his first love, named Lin Qiu, became a vegetative state. For 3 long years, Yan Shen always hid Qi Nian's identity, only publicly stating she was his secretary. He hated that Qi Nian schemed with his own mother, using despicable tricks to force him to marry her. He coldly rejected all her fake concerns. He swore that he would never love a wicked woman like her in his entire life. If Qi Nian craved him like a prey, Yan Shen would grant her wish. Despite his heart-wrenching pain, Qi Nian was still willing to wait for him. Just then the hospital called, reporting that Lin Qiu was in a critical condition. Yan Shen forced his wife to go to the hospital, because she had the same rare blood type as his beloved Lin Qiu. Qi Nian made a request. She asked Yan Shen to let her father, named Guan Liang, be released from prison on medical parole. However, he hated that her father kidnapped Lin Qiu, causing her to be unconscious for 3 years. If Qi Nian didn't obediently give blood to Lin Qiu, he would make her whole family pay with their lives in a torrential rain. Qi Nian remembered the happy memories of the past, when he promised he would always appear. When he heard her whistle, he would become a voice that would always be by her side. Yan Shen, what do I have to do for us to go back to the way we were before? Seeing a voicemail on his wife's phone, Yan Shen opened it to listen. Coincidentally, her mother was urging her daughter to find a way to get pregnant with her husband to secure her position in the Shen family. Yan Shen advised his wife's family to give up that idea. At the hospital, the nurse asked Qi Nian if she could handle donating a large amount of blood. Yan Shen believed his secretary, Qi Nian, was healthy. Besides, this wasn't the first time she had donated blood to his beloved, Lin Qiu. Watching her husband being affectionate with his beloved, Qi Nian was heartbroken and in pain. Yan Shen's assistant, named Namshun, reported that the madam's father was actually ill. Hearing that her husband didn't want to intervene, Qi Nian grabbed scissors and threatened to puncture the blood bag, forcing Yan Shen to save her father. He questioned her, asking if she wasn't ashamed of Lin Qiu. Knowing he didn't believe her father was innocent, Qi Nian planned to trade her life for his. She was really tired and wanted to end this life. Yan Shen used his hand to stop the scissors from stabbing her. Qi Nian, you are mine. Without my permission, you don't even have the right to harm yourself. Meeting with the doctor, Yan Shen asked about Lin Qiu's condition. The doctor said she was out of danger. In contrast, Qi Nian's health was very bad and needed intensive care to improve her blood quality. Yan Shen's post-accident headaches returned. He only remembered that Lin Qiu had reached out and shielded him from danger. He would definitely wait until she woke up. Walking past Qi Nian's hospital room, Yan Shen saw her smiling at 3 male doctors. He accused her of playing her usual seductive games and angrily stepped inside. Yan Shen questioned her, asking why she was laughing and flirting with other men, while showing him a gloomy face. Qi Nian, you dared to climb into my bed. You're so bold. He told Namshun to cancel the consultation for Guan Liang's treatment. Qi Nian gestured that, since she had already given blood to Lin Qiu, he should save her father. Yan Shen gave her a chance to prove herself at the party tomorrow night, to decide whether or not to save Guan Liang. At the party, Qi Nian looked radiant in a gorgeous dress, making Yan Shen unable to deny her beauty. Since this was the first time he had taken Qi Nian to meet his friends, she didn't want to ruin it. He walked over and adjusted the flower on his wife's collar. He then linked her arm and led her into the party. Knowing that Qi Nian was Yan Shen's secretary, Director Chen invited her to sit next to the main guest of the party, Chairman Liang. He praised Yan Shen's good eye for talent, having hired such a beautiful secretary. He guessed that Yan Shen's unannounced wife must be even more stunning. Qi Nian secretly remembered that he had made her take off her wedding ring before entering the party. Seeing that she couldn't speak, everyone began to gossip. Chairman Liang then praised that a mute secretary was also very good. He offered the beauty a glass of wine. Qi Nian wrote a message inviting Chairman Liang for a drink, hoping he would consider their cooperation project. Seeing her being forced to drink by another man, Yan Shen involuntarily felt uncomfortable. Getting tipsy, Chairman Liang began to touch Qi Nian. Seeing her resist, Yan Shen punished himself with a drink to apologize to his partner. Director Chen then suggested that Qi Nian dance for everyone's enjoyment. Chairman Liang would stop being angry if she agreed to dance on the table. Qi Nian told herself that she couldn't make Yan Shen feel embarrassed if she wanted to save her father. Before this, he had told her to definitely secure the cooperation project with Chairman Liang. Qi Nian sighed and then helplessly got up on the table. Yan Shen was about to stop her when the young master of the Guan Corporation, named Ming Shu, walked in. He scolded the bigwigs for bullying a girl. It turned out that Qi Nian had once saved Ming Shu in a hotel lobby, making him fall for her at first sight. Misunderstanding that Qi Nian was in a hotel with another man, Yan Shen angrily pulled her away. Unexpectedly, Ming Shu grabbed Qi Nian's hand. He thought that Chairman Shen was interfering too much in his secretary's human rights. Yan Shen arrogantly pulled his wife away by force. Inside the restroom, Yan Shen locked the door and pushed Qi Nian against the counter. He questioned her about her relationship with Ming Zhu. Qi Nian thought she didn't need to explain anything to Yan Shen, just like how he hid her identity. Yan Shen didn't allow her to demand fairness. He praised her for being so capable, both flattering Chairman Liang and seducing Ming Zhu. A surge of jealousy rose within Yan Shen, causing him to attack Qi Nian. Ignoring her resistance, he still wanted to possess this girl. Pushed away by Qi Nian, Yan Shen reminded her to remember her place as Secretary Qi Nian. Before Linq woke up, she was forced to stay by his side. Qi Nian felt hurt, looking at the injuries on her neck. Outside, Qi Nian met Director Chen. Seeing her to be around the age of his daughter, he showed concern for her. Knowing that Qi Nian had drunk a lot, Director Chen offered her a hangover pill. However, right after taking it, Qi Nian felt dizzy and then fainted. On the other side, Yan Shen returned to the party table, continuing to discuss the cooperation with Chairman Liang. Hearing that Yan Shen had let Qi Nian go to the car alone, Ming Shu worriedly went to check on her. Meanwhile, Director Chen took Qi Nian to a private room. Seeing that Director Chen had everything arranged, Chairman Liang scheduled a meeting with Yan Shen to sign the contract the next day. He happily left first. In the room, Qi Nian woke up, unable to escape the clutches of the perverted old man. Downstairs, Yan Shen noticed that Qi Nian hadn't gone to the car and was about to go back and find her. Director Chen quickly stopped him. Thinking that Yan Shen had intentionally sent the beautiful woman to seduce Chairman Liang, Director Chen insisted that Secretary Qi Nian had done a great service. Yan Shen took his anger out on him, then ran to save his wife. Facing Qi Nian's resistance, Chairman Liang revealed that Yan Shen had given her to him. Qi Nian, in despair, still tried to resist. She grabbed a lamp and hit the perverted old man in the head. Qi Nian quickly tried to escape, but unfortunately tripped. She was dragged back into the room by Chairman Liang. In that urgent moment, she heard Yan Shen's footsteps. He rushed in, teaching the perverted old man a lesson. Chairman Liang, take your damn project and get out of here. Yan Shen told Nam Shun to record the scene, to use as evidence to threaten Chairman Liang. After dealing with the perverted old man, he immediately carried his wife home. In the car, Qi Nian unexpectedly moved close to Yan Shen. She questioned him, asking why he had given her to someone else. Yan Shen clarified that it wasn't him, and then told her to go back to her place. Qi Nian thought that he had no right to order his wife around. Instead of obediently returning to her place, she suddenly kissed Yan Shen, and even bit his lip tightly. In that moment of facing this man, countless memories suddenly flooded back, filling Qi Nian's heart with happiness. He had once thanked life for letting him meet Qi Nian. He had once promised to protect her forever, yet the reality was so cruel. Qi Nian collapsed against Yan Shen's chest. He told Nam Shun to urge the hospital to treat Guan Liang. Back at home, Yan Shen looked at her lying on the bed and remembered Nam Shun's advice. He had asked his boss if he really didn't feel any pain when he saw his wife like this. Yan Shen realized that Qi Nian had endured a lot of grievances over the past 3 years. Moreover, he felt hurt seeing it. Looking at the wedding ring on Qi Nian's hand, he remembered his grandmother asking her to be tolerant of her grandson. She had agreed not to have a wedding ceremony, on the condition that Yan Shen treated Qi Nian well. In his dream, Yan Shen saw the back of a girl who stirred his heart. When he was trying to remember who she was, the image of Linq appeared. Seeing him taking care of her all night, Qi Nian smiled inwardly. Just then the maid brought food, telling her that it was all blood-boosting food. Only when the madam was healthy again, she could continue to help treat the boss's beloved. Qi Nian's eyes filled with tears. She thought that she was just his tool. Discovering that her grandson was making his wife donate blood to someone else, the old madam came to question Yan Shen. He explained that Linq had recklessly saved him, while Qi Nian was the daughter of the one who had caused everything. He affirmed that the person he loved was Linq. The old madam reminded him that Yan Shen's father had taken his mistress out, and then got his karmic retribution in a car accident. Now, Yan Shen wanted to repeat the same mistakes, forcing his wife to donate blood to his old flame. Yan Shen said that Qi Nian's mother, named Xiao Han, had taken the initiative to propose her daughter's blood donation. In exchange, she had demanded a large sum of money from him. The old madam emphasized that Qi Nian was the Shen family's daughter-in-law. Back at home, The old madam urged Yan Shen to publicly announce Qi Nian's identity the next day. She believed that Linq only had a debt of gratitude to Yan Shen, while Qi Nian was the wife he should cherish and value. To appease his grandmother, Yan Shen promised to take his wife out more often. The old madam decided she would stay at her grandson's house for a while. She urged Yan Shen to take his wife to the bedroom quickly. Waiting until late at night, Yan Shen told Qi Nian to go to the bedroom while he took a shower. Feeling dejected, she reluctantly left. Unexpectedly, his grandmother was sitting guard outside the door. After Yan Shen finished showering, he still saw Qi Nian sitting on the bed. He thought she was making an excuse, so he went outside to confirm. However, his grandmother was really sitting outside. Yan Shen closed the door tightly, wanting to put on an act with Qi Nian. He pressed his wife against the door, then carried her to the bed. Yan Shen slowly unbuttoned Qi Nian's buttons, one by one. As a result, he made her jump up and down on the bed for half an hour to deceive his grandmother. The next day, Qi Nian met Nam Shun, immediately asking him about the matter of her mother demanding money. Nam Shun told her that the madam's mother had taken about several 100,000 yuan back home. Qi Nian angrily overturned her mother's mahjong table, questioning why her mother had demanded money from Yan Shen. Just then, loan sharks came to demand money. Xiao Han quickly said that her daughter was the madam of the Dingsheng group. The gangster didn't believe her, producing a 1 trillion yuan debt note. He offered two choices. Either he would take Xiao Han's hand, or Qi Nian would have to serve him. Seeing the expensive ring on her finger, he immediately tried to take it. Yan Shen arrived in time to save his wife. He scheduled a meeting with the gangsters at Dingsheng to find him. Qi Nian thanked him and promised to return the money to Yan Shen. He extended his hand, leading her to an evening party. Seeing Yan Shen, the second young lady of the Lin family, named Lan Xing, was overjoyed to greet him. She called Qi Nian the daughter of the one who caused her sister to become a vegetable. Yan Shen quickly tried to reassure Lan Xing, but couldn't stop the surrounding gossip. He said that he had brought Qi Nian to apologize to the Lin family. She tried to explain that her father was completely innocent. Lan Xing mocked a mute person who couldn't open her mouth to apologize. She signaled to her subordinates to make Qi Nian kneel down to apologize. Yan Shen's cousin, named Qi Qin, rushed over to help her sister-in-law. She said that old Madame Ming was not well, so she brought Qi Nian to wish old Master Lin a long life. Unexpectedly, the Lin family's hospitality was not so great. Lan Xing asked Yan Shen if he really considered Qi Nian his wife. In front of everyone, Yan Shen officially introduced Qi Nian as his legal wife. During the party, Qi Nian met Ming Xu again. He heard Qi Qin say she was here, so he had come specially. Seeing that Qi Nian was not happy, Ming Xu tried to take her out for a walk, but Qi Nian didn't dare to leave Yan Shen's side. Ming Xu affirmed that who Qi Nian was married to was irrelevant to the fact that he liked her. Upstairs, Yan Shen became jealous, seeing his wife talking to another man. He went down and pulled her to his side. Hearing Lan Xing invite the guests to move to the swimming pool, Yan Shen took his wife's hand and led her outside. Lan Xing announced that her older sister had woken up. Seeing Lin Chu, Yan Shen quickly let go of Qi Nian's hand and rushed to his first love. Lin Chu thanked Yan Shen for not abandoning her over the past 3 years. Yan Shen, the only belief that helped me wake up was you. Realizing Yan Shen was wearing the tie she had given him, Lin Chu believed she was always in his heart. However, she had heard that he had married Qi Nian. Yan Shen promised he would definitely explain things to Lin Chu. Lan Xing signaled to her subordinates, who then secretly pushed Qi Nian into the cold pool. Seeing Yan Shen about to save his wife, Lin Q pretended to faint. He had no choice but to watch Ming Zhu go to Qi Nian's side, while Ming Xu took Lin Q to the hospital. Someone was secretly watching their every move. Yan Shen's younger brother, named Qi Wen. Throughout the past 3 years, he had frequently visited and cared for Lin Q. He was also the one who discovered that she had woken up. Lin Q remembered Ming Zhu, telling him to stage a play to frame Qi Nian's father for kidnapping her. But he took advantage of the situation, ramming his car into Yan Shen. Qi Wen was frustrated because Yan Shen easily gained Lin Q's love, while he could only be by her side like a dog. However, he still remembered his promise to protect his princess Lin Q until his last breath, because in this world, only she treated him like a human being. Lin Q affirmed that Qi Wen was not a dog, but her knight. After waking up, Lin Q heard the nurse say that Yan Shen had always come to take care of her. Just then, Lan Xing came to visit Lin Qiu and blamed her older sister for abandoning Yan Shen's confession for 3 years. Lin Qi remembered that the person Yan Shen confessed to was Qi Nian. 3 years ago, She had invited him to her birthday party. Yan Shen promised to send a gift, but he was busy confessing to Qi Nian. Hearing her sister say Yan Shen had amnesia, Linq thought this was a good opportunity for her. Lan Xing said that Yan Shen didn't dare go against his grandmother's wishes, so he had to marry Qi Nian. However, they were only husband and wife in name. Throughout the past 3 years, Yan Shen had always slept in a separate room, and even hid his wife's identity. Currently, Yan Shen was worried about the little Linq at the hospital. Facing him was Ming Zhu, who was holding Qi Nian in his arms. Ming Zhu believed that Yan Shen was not worthy of being called a man for treating his wife like that. Inside the hospital room, Linq hugged Yan Shen tightly. He looked at Linq, but inside, he was worried about Qi Nian. Linq wondered why he didn't seem happy that she had woken up. She remembered that 3 years ago, he had scheduled a meeting with her. Seeing Yan Shen trying to recall his memories, Linq didn't want him to remember anything related to Qi Nian. She blamed herself for sleeping for 3 years, causing him to marry someone else. Yan Shen stated that he only considered Qi Nian his secretary. Moreover, she was the only one compatible with Linq's rare blood type. He kept Qi Nian by his side to donate blood to her. Linq suggested inviting Qi Nian to take care of her. In a night of heavy rain and strong wind, Qi Nian left with her luggage. Meeting Yan Shen, she said that now that Linq had woken up, she was no longer of any use to him. Yan Shen questioned, did she want to sever her relationship with him that much? Qi Nian affirmed that she had no relationship with him. Yan Shen angrily pulled her into the elevator. Qi Nian, you make me lose control. This time, let me completely lose my mind because of you. Qi Nian, you are my wife, and you will always belong to me. Yan Shen, why won't you admit your feelings for me? I have never thought about leaving you before. Early in the morning, Yan Shen told the maid to bring breakfast to Linq. Qi Nian offered to do it instead, so she could ask Linq about her father's alleged kidnapping of her. Seeing Qi Nian shamelessly come to visit her sister, Lan Xing warned her not to be so thick-skinned. Just like her terrible father, Linq stopped her younger sister. She said that Yan Shen was worried, so he had Secretary Qi Nian personally deliver the meal. Qi Nian thought that if her father was the culprit, then Linq should hate her to the bone. Linq put on a virtuous act, saying that she couldn't blame Qi Nian for what her father did. After tasting a piece of bread made by Qi Nian, Linq complained that it was bland. She asked her sister to give her the jar of peanut butter. It turned out, she had intentionally made herself allergic to peanut butter in order to frame Qi Nian. Linq chuckled, wondering how a mute person could be a match for her. Meeting Yan Shen, Linq didn't blame Secretary Qi Nian for not knowing that she was allergic to peanut butter. Lan Xing, who was beside her sister, made Qi Nian explain. Qi Nian clarified. Linq had dipped the bread into the peanut butter herself, but Yan Shen thought that she wouldn't hurt herself. He told Linq that if she wanted to eat anything, she should tell him. Outside, Qi Nian clarified one last time that she didn't know Linq was allergic to peanut butter. Moreover, she had harmed herself. Back at home, Qi Nian stood under the cold shower, wondering how long she could hold on if Yan Shen still wouldn't remember his love for her. Outside, Yan Shen didn't know if he was torturing Qi Nian or himself. He noticed that her computer screen was a picture of baby's breath flowers. He left a message, inviting her to celebrate her birthday with him tomorrow, at 8 p.m. at the Wei Le Hotel. At the company, Yan Shen unexpectedly met Qi Wen again. He reminded him that he did not allow his younger brother to return to the country. Qi Wen said that their grandmother had told him to come to the company. Yan Shen called to confirm. The old madam asked him to give his younger brother an opportunity to learn at Dingsheng. Yan Shen agreed to let Qi Wen join the design department, on the condition that he did not cause trouble for him. Qi Wen heard that his sister-in-law was a mute, and had even dared to harm Linq, causing her to be bedridden. Just then, Ming Zhu called, scheduling a fight with Yan Shen. Meanwhile, Qi Nian took a taxi to the Wei Le Hotel. She was secretly happy, because it was the first time Yan Shen had organized a birthday party for her. However, she realized that the driver was not going the right way. Qi Nian quickly sent her location to Yan Shen. At the same time, he was fighting Ming Zhu. Neither of them was willing to give up, so they fought round after round. It wasn't until it was almost time for his appointment with his wife that Yan Shen finally stopped. He read Qi Nian's SOS message, and quickly went with Ming Zhu to find her. It turned out, the loan sharks had kidnapped Qi Nian. He held a knife, slashing her dress several times. Yan Shen arrived in time to save his wife. Qi Nian had finally gotten her hero. The failed kidnapper reported to Qi Wen. However, the real mastermind was Linq. She blamed herself for being too lenient with Qi Nian. Even now, Yan Shen still cared about her so much. Qi Wen asked Linq not to get worked up. She wanted Yan Shen to believe that she was the one he loved the most. Linq remembered that years ago, she had secretly swapped the whistle that was a token of love from Yan Shen to Qi Nian. At the Shen family home, Yan Shen dreamed of the backs of two girls, sitting and drawing baby's breath flowers. Among them, there was the one he loved the most. Yan Shen woke up, remembering seeing the whistle in his dream. Not seeing Qi Nian in bed, he quickly went to look for her. It turned out that she had hired someone to investigate the kidnapping case from years ago. The detective said that her father's car was indeed at the warehouse. In the trunk, there was a sack and a rope, both with Linq's DNA on them. But it was possible that someone had drugged Guan Liang, then staged the kidnapping. As soon as the detective left, Yan Shen rushed over. He blamed Qi Nian for investigating, without telling him. Without waiting for her to explain, he took her hand and brought his wife home. During dinner, the old madam asked if her grandson was looking for a partner to expand the market overseas. Yan Shen revealed that he was considering the Yu Yang family. The old madam remembered that Wu Yang was very afraid of his wife, unlike some other people. Yan Shen said that he had met the Wu Yang couple at a dance party. However, his wife, named Yu Nong, didn't seem to like him. He Qin thought that only her sister-in-law could endure her brother's cold and difficult personality. She advised Yan Shen to organize a meeting, so that they could feel the love and sincerity of him and his wife. The old madam agreed, because only Qi Nian could help Yan Shen. She promised his grandmother that she would help her husband cooperate with the Yu Yang family. Sitting in thought, Yan Shen asked Nam Shun if someone who had lost a part of their memory could forget their feelings. Nam Shun thought that his boss had only lost his memories, not himself. Even if the brain forgets, the heart still retains the image of the most important person. That's human instinct. Yan Shen thought, why did he always resist Linq, while constantly yearning to be close to Qi Nian? At the meeting, Yan Shen played a song for his wife. In front of the Wu Yang couple, Qi Nian took the initiative to kiss him in thanks. During the meal, Yan Shen introduced Qi Nian as his wife. Even though she couldn't speak, she still wanted to fulfill her responsibility as the hostess. Yu Nong said directly that she didn't have a good impression of Chairman Shen. She remembered that when they first met, he lacked even basic etiquette, like shaking hands and greeting people. Qi Nian explained on behalf of her husband that his hand had an allergic reaction that day, which was why he avoided shaking hands with guests. Wu Yang wondered how Yan Shen and his wife met. Qi Nian wanted to tell the story, so her husband could translate. She said that she had known Yan Shen since college. Back then, he was the most handsome male student in the department. After their first meeting, she was captivated by his looks. Fate led Qi Nian to become a volunteer at a school for the deaf and mute, which was opened by Yan Shen's grandmother. The old madam knew that Qi Nian liked her grandson, so she introduced her to Yan Shen. Yu Nong thought that Qi Nian was like her. Both were brave in pursuing love. They all raised their glasses to celebrate the love and cooperation between the two parties. Back in their room, Yan Shen wondered if it was true that she had secretly loved him since college. Qi Nian admitted that she had liked him very much. Yan Shen moved closer to her. He lost all reason, only wanting to be close to Qi Nian. Waking up in the morning, Yan Shen was still holding Qi Nian tightly in his arms. Receiving a call from Linq, he quickly let go of her hand. Qi Nian pretended to be asleep, but her heart was aching. Meeting Yan Shen, Linq reported that she was now able to stand up, but as she took a step, she fell into his arms. Linq was afraid that if she remained in the hospital bed forever, he would come to hate her. Yan Shen, I'm jealous of Qi Nian. The more jealous I am, the more I desire to have your love. Yan Shen, would you agree to divorce her for me? Yan Shen hesitated because he didn't want to hurt Qi Nian. Linq snuggled into his arms, asking him to hold her tight. She showed him the token of their love. Her whistle had the letter Y, while his whistle had the letter Q. Yan Shen remembered that he had indeed given this whistle to his lover. He apologized to Linq, promising that he would not forget his promise to protect her. Hearing that her father had been granted bail for medical treatment, Qi Nian rushed to visit him. Guan Liang asked his daughter to thank Yan Shen for finding a good doctor to consult on his treatment plan. Hearing that his daughter was investigating the kidnapping case from years ago, Mr. 179, Liang quickly stopped her. He took all the blame, asking his daughter not to stubbornly put herself in danger. Qi Nian asked her father to tell the truth, otherwise she would never have a place in the Shen family. Guan Liang had no choice but to reveal that a man had used Qi Nian's life to force him to take all the blame. Chi Nian said that 3 years ago, she was not kidnapped and had never made a video like that. Mr. Liang remembered that the man had a long scar on his face. Outside, Chi Nian met Lin Chu. She used the excuse of remembering some things about the kidnapping to invite Chi Nian into her car. From behind, Yan Shen saw Chi Nian get into Lin Chu's car and immediately followed them. At the tea shop, Lin Chu agreed to set Guan Liang free if Chi Nian divorced Yan Shen. Chi Nian said that he was not an object to be traded, but for her father, she would leave Yan Shen. Just then Yan Shen arrived. Lin Chi quickly said that Chi Nian had admitted that she did not love him. As long as she gave a false testimony for Guan Liang, Chi Nian would leave him. Seeing the words that Chi Nian wrote with her own eyes, Yan Shen agreed to let her have her way. Lin Chi was smug because she had successfully trapped Chi Nian. Back at the hospital, Lin Chu visited Guan Liang. Hearing him thank her for testifying, Lin Chu thought he was so naive. She revealed that she had fabricated the kidnapping drama years ago. Even though Chi Nian married Yan Shen while she was in a coma, they would quickly divorce. Because over the past 3 years, Yan Shen had only treated Chi Nian as a tool to donate blood to her. Lin Q showed Guan Liang how Yan Shen had given Chi Nian to another man. Guan Liang loved his daughter too much and had a heart attack that resulted in his death. Meanwhile, Chi Nian had just learned that she was 5 weeks pregnant. Just then, she heard the news that her father had passed away. In her most desperate moment, Chi Nian suddenly spoke out, calling out for her father. At the funeral, Chi Nian silently vowed not to forgive those who had harmed her father. Lin Chu came, pretending to console the departed soul. Xiao Han thought that Lin Chu had intentionally come to celebrate, so she didn't welcome her. Lan Xing emphasized that it was Guan Liang who had caused her sister to be in a coma for 3 years, yet his family still acted so high and mighty. Seeing that Chi Nian was about to step forward, Yan Shen advised her not to be impulsive. Hearing Lan Xing continue to mock her ill-fated family, Chi Nian directly taught her a lesson. Chi Nian didn't stop, and also slapped Lin Chu. Seeing Yan Shen defend them, she also resolutely hit him. Only Ming Zhu defended Qi Nian, telling Yan Shen to take his people away. Back at home, Qi Qin gave her brother a recording from the surveillance camera in Guan Liang's hospital room. She was afraid that her sister-in-law couldn't bear it, so she hadn't told Qi Nian. Yan Shen trembled as he witnessed Lin Chu's true colors. Unexpectedly, Qi Nian, who was standing outside the door, had witnessed her father's death with her own eyes. Just then, Lin Chu called. Hearing Yan Shen scheduled a meeting with her at the bridal shop, Qi Nian hated them to the bone. Meanwhile, Lin Chu was smugly trying on wedding dresses. The one who came to find her first was Qi Nian. Lan Xing questioned what Qi Nian meant by wearing black. Lin Chu blamed her sister for forgetting that a mute couldn't answer questions. She mocked Qi Nian, saying that she had never been able to wear a wedding dress. Seeing Yan Shen, Lin Q asked him to speak up because Qi Nian had intentionally cursed her. Qi Nian suddenly spoke, telling Lin Chu to shut up. Lin Chu, aren't you doing all of this to get Yan Shen? You can have it because I don't need it anymore. I've also prepared a surprise for you. I'm pregnant with your soon-to-be husband's child. I will slowly make you pay for my father's death. Walking past Yan Shen, Qi Nian only said one word: divorce. Lin Chu thought that Qi Nian had faked the ultrasound results to drive a wedge between her and Yan Shen. He corrected her, stating that he had never agreed to marry her. His current wife was still Qi Nian. Yan Shen ran to find Qi Nian, accidentally facing an oncoming car. In that instant, he suddenly remembered all of his lost memories. 4 years ago, Yan Shen had met Qi Nian for the first time. Because his grandmother had opened a school for the deaf and mute, he understood her sign language. Qi Nian wrote her name on a piece of paper and then shyly left, but she had made him remember her forever. Yan Shen ran home to find his old phone. He tried entering Qi Nian's birthday as the password. Indeed, she was the one he loved the most. Looking at the pictures of Qi Nian, Yan Shen remembered every memory with her. Qi Nian always drew baby's breath flowers because she wished to become one in the next life. Not self-conscious, not arrogant, hiding in the world to welcome the wind that would lift her up. Yan Shen didn't know about the next life, but he promised that in this life, he would give Qi Nian baby's breath flowers every day. Those beautiful memories were now burning Yan Shen's heart. Standing in the rain waiting for Qi Nian, Yan Shen was afraid that she no longer needed him. Yan Shen, are you still hurting? As for me, I've been hurting for 3 long years. Every time I go to the hospital, it's another time of pain. Every time you hold Linq's hand, I feel another pang of pain. Every time you say you don't love me, I feel another pang of pain. Yan Shen, I'm really tired. Whether I'm in your life or not, it won't make any difference. Tomorrow morning, I'll be waiting for you at the Civil Affairs Bureau. Yan Shen, in despair, asked Qi Nian to think about their child. She questioned, based on what did he think that he would be a good father? Watching Qi Nian's retreating figure, Yan Shen cried as he searched for the ring she had thrown away. Seeing her sister-in-law going through a hard time, Qi Chen took Qi Nian out to cheer her up. She invited many handsome men to help her sister-in-law heal her broken heart. Ming Zhu took the opportunity to recommend himself to Qi Nian. Qi Chen warned her sister-in-law that Ming Zhu was known for being a player with many lovers, but he quickly corrected her, saying that he was particularly loyal to Qi Nian. Yan Shen arrived, stating that Ming Zhu had no chance. He called out to the mother of his child, telling her to come home. Hearing everyone talking, Qi Nian quickly pulled Yan Shen away. Qi Chen comforted her friend, and then brought the good news to their grandmother. In the car, Qi Nian didn't need Yan Shen to worry about the baby, but to him, children were not a burden. Yan Shen took Qi Nian's hand to put the ring back on her finger. He asked Qi Nian not to lose it again. Just then, the old madam called, blaming her grandson for daring to get a divorce while his wife was pregnant. Qi Nian agreed to go back to see her grandmother with Yan Shen. Waiting for her granddaughter-in-law to come home, the old madam promised to seek justice for Qi Nian. She said that she was the one who had proposed the divorce. Knowing that Qi Nian had endured many grievances, the old madam only acknowledged her and her great-grandchild. She reminded him that if Qi Nian had not forgiven him, then Yan Shen shouldn't even think about stepping foot into the Shen family. Qi Chen giggled, because even her brother would have a day like this. She took Qi Nian to her room to see the old family photo albums. Hearing her sister-in-law wonder about Qi Wen, Qi Chen said that he was the illegitimate son of their eldest uncle, who was also Yan Shen's father. She remembered that Qi Wen had once fought with Yan Shen, falling into a fish tank, and leaving a long scar on his face. He had to go abroad for surgery to recover. Based on Qi Chen's description, Qi Nian thought that Qi Wen's scar was very similar to the culprit in her father's memory. She asked a detective to investigate Qi Wen. Meanwhile, Qi Wen was spending every day by Linq's side. He remembered that when he was young, she was the only one who had seen him hiding in the dark corner. He believed that if Yan Shen hadn't appeared, he would have had a different story with her. However, Linq didn't care about that. She wanted him to get rid of the child in Qi Nian's belly. At the Shen family home, Yan Shen brought nourishing soup for his wife. Qi Nian, from this moment on, I will definitely be a good husband, a model father. Can you believe in me one more time? Qi Nian thought that Yan Shen didn't need to take responsibility for the child. She advised him to go back to how things were before, considering her his secretary song. Knowing that he couldn't sway Qi Nian, Yan Shen was willing to wait for her to come back to his side. He secretly promised that he would spend the rest of his life making up for what he had owed Qi Nian over the past 3 years. At the Wu Yang family's party, Qi Nian went to talk to Yu Nong. Yan Shen stayed behind, discussing business expansion with Wu Yang. He introduced a friend from overseas, who was Qi Wen. Wu Yang excused himself to avoid disturbing his 2 friends. Yan Shen warned Qi Wen not to plot any schemes against him. Seeing Qi Wen come over to talk, Qi Nian praised him for his successful surgery, because he had completely removed the long scar on his face. Qi Wen also praised his sister-in-law for her ability to use her body to marry the chairman of the Dingsheng group. Qi Nian wondered why she had never heard anyone in the Shen family mention Qi Wen. He said that an illegitimate child wasn't worth mentioning, but he thought that he was very well matched with someone who had used their body to become the legitimate wife like her. Qi Wen intentionally pushed Qi Nian, causing her to bleed profusely. Yan Shen quickly rushed over to support his wife. She begged her husband to save their child. In the hospital, Qi Nian woke up and immediately didn't remember Yan Shen. She fearfully snuggled into Ming Shu's arms, thinking that he was her husband. Yan Shen used the ring to explain to Qi Nian. However, she became very agitated when she saw him. The doctor came in and told the family to let the patient rest. Seeing Qi Wen lurking outside the door, Yan Shen chased after him to settle the score. He declared that he would remove Qi Wen's name from the Shen family. Before that, he revealed that his grandmother had known all along that Qi Wen had scarred himself to frame him. She had always considered Qi Wen a part of the Shen family, but he didn't consider it his home. Hearing that Yan Shen was drinking alone to drown his sorrows, Lin Qiu immediately went to his side. Seeing Yan Shen drunk to the point of unconsciousness, she helped him back to his room. Lin Qiu intentionally wore Qi Nian's nightgown to climb into Yan Shen's bed. She took pictures of it as evidence. When she met Qi Nian, Lin Qiu didn't believe that she had amnesia. Lin Qiu showed Qi Nian the intimate photos of herself with Yan Shen. Unexpectedly, Qi Nian only found Lin Qiu to be bold and didn't know who the man in the photos was. Ming Zhu pulled Lin Qiu out the door and splashed a bucket of cold water on her. Then, entering the chairman of Ding Sheng's office, Ming Zhu mocked Yan Shen's dirty deeds. He said that Lin Qiu had personally brought those photos to Qi Nian. Ming Zhu didn't need to hear any explanation, only warning Yan Shen not to bother Qi Nian anymore. Yan Shen reminded Ming Zhu to remember his place. Ming Zhu was smug, because Qi Nian now only recognized him as her husband. She was also preparing to go back to his hometown with him, to visit his family. Yan Shen angrily went to settle the score with Lin Qiu. Seeing her continue to act, Yan Shen revealed that he had remembered everything. The person he had loved from beginning to end was only Qi Nian. He advised Lin Qiu not to humiliate herself any further. He demanded the return of the whistle, which only belonged to Qi Nian. Lin Qiu, I warn you, if you dare to cause any more trouble for Qi Nian, then the entire Lin family will pay the price. Lin Qiu reminded him that Qi Nian didn't remember him anymore. Even so, Yan Shen still wanted to start over with her. As for Lin Qiu, he didn't want to see her again, not even once. Qi Wen came to comfort Lin Qiu. Hugging her tightly, he promised to take back everything that belonged to him. Scheduling a meeting with 3 major shareholders of Dingsheng, Qi Wen presented evidence of each person's illegal activities. He had also signed a contract worth millions of yuan, which Yan Shen had failed to negotiate. Qi Wen wanted the shareholders to side with him in the upcoming board meeting. Meanwhile, Qi Nian took Ming Zhu back to her hometown to visit her grandmother. Knowing her granddaughter's condition, Grandma Song secretly called Yan Shen to come for dinner. Qi Nian was angry with her grandmother for being so careless with outsiders. Ming Zhu introduced Yan Shen as his new assistant. To get closer to Qi Nian, Yan Shen had no choice but to swallow his pride. Taking advantage of having wine together, he wanted to offer a toast to his boss. Seeing his wife worried about another man, Yan Shen could only drink to drown his sorrows. Seeing Ming Zhu suddenly collapse, Grandma Song told her fake son-in-law to pretend to be drunk. However, she didn't pay any attention to him. Yan Shen, in pain, pulled her back. Qi Nian, do you not need me anymore? 1,000 times, 10,000 times, it's all my fault. But I can't stop loving you. Don't leave me, okay? Qi Nian didn't understand what he was saying and continued to take Ming Zhu back to his room. On the other side, the old Madame Shen questioned Qi Wen. He clarified that he had not pushed Qi Nian because he could not harm an innocent life. Qi Wen revealed that he had always yearned for her acknowledgement. However, she had never been proud of him, not even for a single moment. In her eyes, there was only Yan Shen. The old madam questioned if this was the reason that Qi Wen was planning to cause trouble at the company later. She advised her grandson to stop before it was too late. Qi Wen threatened that if she interfered to help Yan Shen, then he would no longer be alive. Hearing the news that Qi Nian was visiting her hometown, the neighbors came to see her. Yan Shen and Ming Zhu competed to show off their capable and resourceful nature. The neighbors wondered which of these 2 handsome men was Qi Nian's husband. Ming Zhu quickly introduced himself, and Qi Nian also acknowledged him. So Yan Shen had no choice but to swallow his pride. Seeing them happy together, Yan Shen felt a little out of place. Just then, he received a call from Nam Shun, urging him to return to the company. Waiting for his brother to return, Qi Wen announced that he had secured 3 important orders, saving Dingsheng from chaos. The 3 largest shareholders had approved the plan to dismiss Yan Shen from his position and elect Qi Wen as the chairman of the group. Qi Wen said that the shares held by Yan Shen were no more than the shares he held. He arrogantly called the security guards and had Yan Shen escorted out. Returning to the city, Qi Nian went to meet the detective named Luo Te. He reported that before his surgery, Qi Wen indeed had a long scar. Moreover, he was an accomplice of Lin Qiu, who had orchestrated the kidnapping drama years ago. However, Qi Nian didn't understand what the detective was saying. Remembering the mysteries surrounding her father's death, she told the detective to quickly tell her everything that had happened. On the other hand, Lin Qiu recalled Yan Shen's coldness and indifference. Just then, he came to her drunk and apologized for saying terrible things. In bed, Yan Shen hugged Lin Qiu tightly. He confided that he had just realized that Qi Nian didn't love him at all. But he didn't understand. If Lin Qi loved him so much, why she had helped Qi Wen get the big order. Lin Qi admitted that she had gambled the entire Lin Corporation to elevate Qi Wen to his current position, all for the sake of having him. Yan Shen blindfolded Lin Qi and then secretly took a picture. Meanwhile, Ming Zhu and Qi Nian were discussing a collaboration with the new chairman of Dingsheng, thinking that Ming Zhu wanted to push Yan Shen into a corner in order to take Qi Nian. Qi Wen happily agreed to cooperate. Just then, he received photos of Lin Qi in bed with Yan Shen and quickly excused himself to leave. Rushing to Lin Qi's house, Qi Wen quickly threw a coat over her. However, Lin Qi ignored him, choosing to go to Yan Shen's side. Pushing his brother to the ground, Yan Shen mocked Qi Wen, saying that he was no different from a dog wagging its tail. Lin Qi approached to comfort him, telling Qi Wen to go home first. He didn't obey, staying to question Yan Shen about whether he loved Lin Qi or Qi Nian. Yan Shen affirmed that once he had completed the divorce proceedings, he would officially propose to Lin Qi. Qi Wen laughed bitterly. If life were a fairy tale, then Yan Shen was the prince, while he was just a ridiculous knight. Boot? Lin Qi, I'm tired. I also want to be a prince. I also want to have the love of a princess. Lin Qi, you take for granted that I love you, so you act recklessly. Over the past years, I have secretly loved and cherished you wholeheartedly. Even for you, I was willing to turn into a devil. But what have you turned into? Since you fell for Yan Shen, you have never smiled as genuinely as you did when you were younger. You're actually just Yan Shen's dog. I will reveal the truth, so that you will never be able to marry him. Qi Wen admitted that he was the one who had rammed his car into Yan Shen, and then blamed Guan Liang. 3 years ago, Lin Qi, seeing that Yan Shen was about to confess to Qi Nian, asked Qi Wen to stop her brother. She arranged a kidnapping to blame Guan Liang, making it impossible for Qi Nian to hold her head high in front of Yan Shen. Lin Qi believed that the Shen family wouldn't allow their grandson to marry the daughter of a criminal. Knowing that he couldn't stop the woman he loved, Qi Wen was willing to take all the blame. He hired Guan Liang to go to the market, and then secretly knocked him unconscious. Footsteps echoed as Qi Nian slowly walked in. She wondered, what's it like to be bitten by the dog you raised? Yan Shen held her hand tightly, placing a kiss on his wife's hand. Lin Qi only now realized that she had fallen into Yan Shen and Qi Nian's trap. It turned out that 3 days ago, Qi Nian had brought hangover soup for Yan Shen. Knowing that she had not lost her memory, he asked his wife not to leave him. However, she only needed him to sign the divorce papers and then disappear from her sight. Qi Nian, I remember everything now. In college, I liked you at first sight. To approach you, I deliberately stood in front of your classroom and then pretended to bump into you. Before that, I had asked my grandmother to teach me sign language. The day I asked you to meet me at the lighthouse, I actually wanted to confess to you, but I had an accident and missed our appointment for 3 years. This whistle is our token of love. I once said, as long as you blew the whistle, I would come to your side immediately. Qi Nian, I know that no matter what I do, I can't make up for my mistakes, but I beg you to allow me to love you. Qi Nian agreed to give Yan Shen a chance to act out a play in front of Lin Qi and Qi Wen. She wanted to hear them confess their crimes firsthand. Outside, Qi Nian thanked Ming Zhu for agreeing to help her. He was willing to be her good friend, as long as she was happy. In front of the two masterminds, Qi Nian accused them. Lin Qi was obsessed and misguided, using Qi Wen to ruin other people's lives, and even killing an innocent person. Qi Wen took all the blame, but Lin Qi pushed him away. She questioned why she had sacrificed so much for Yan Shen, but was still unable to replace Qi Nian. Yan Shen thought that Lin Qi didn't need him, but rather needed a psychiatrist. Qi Wen wouldn't allow his brother to insult Lin Qi, and suddenly attacked Yan Shen. On the way to the emergency room, Yan Shen apologized to Qi Nian, and then lost consciousness. She wouldn't allow him to have an accident, because he owed her a wedding. Outside the hospital room, Qi Nian apologized to her grandmother-in-law for not protecting Yan Shen. The old madam didn't blame her granddaughter-in-law, because the masterminds were Qi Wen and Lin Qi. She told Qi Nian to be strong, and wait for Yan Shen to wake up, so he could make up for his mistakes. However, Qi Nian still couldn't stop blaming herself. She secretly blamed herself for being stubborn, which caused her to miss the moments she could have spent by his side. 3 years ago, she had waited for him at the lighthouse. On the way to their meeting point, Yan Shen read that Lin Qi was in a life-threatening situation. Unable to ignore a person's life, he had no choice but to leave Qi Nian waiting for him. Qi Wen, hating his brother for taking Lin Chu, had driven his car towards Yan Shen. Lin Chu had noticed Qi Wen's true intentions and rushed to save Yan Shen. Instead of Guan Liang waking up, Qi Wen threatened Qi Nian's life to make him take all the blame. At the lighthouse, Qi Nian blew the whistle, but couldn't find Yan Shen. Qi Nian stayed by her husband's bedside. Finally, Yan Shen woke up. He held her hand tightly, not letting her leave him. He felt like he had been incredibly lucky, having survived and returned to her side. Qi Nian, 3 years ago, I had amnesia, thinking that Lin Chu was the one I liked. I have tormented you for 3 long years. Qi Nian didn't want to hear about the past. From now on, she only cared about the happy days ahead. Qi Nian, from beginning to end, the only person I love is you. At her father's grave, Qi Nian reported that she could speak, and that the evildoers had paid for their crimes. Yan Shen came to greet his father-in-law. He promised that he would take good care of Qi Nian. At the lighthouse, Yan Shen continued his confession from 3 years ago. Qi Nian, from the first moment I met you, I knew that I was no longer alone. You are present in every corner of my life. 3 years ago, I was eager to propose, but then I lost all my memories of you. Because of misunderstandings about your father, I tormented you endlessly. However, I was also in excruciating pain. I understood that even with amnesia, I still cared about you instinctively. In fact, I can't live without you. Like how baby's breath flowers always stand silently beside the vibrant flowers. I'm willing to stay by your side and protect you forever. Finally, Qi Nian's 3-year-long whistle called Yan Shen back to her. If they loved each other, no matter how far apart they were, they would ultimately be together. This is where the story ends. Don't forget to like and subscribe to not miss out on more amazing videos. For now, goodbye, and until next time, bye.